Time itself holds its breath. Stars flicker as though awaiting instruction. Across realms unseen, the decree travels faster than light. The chosen has ascended, no longer among the called, nor merely proven. He stands in the order of the super chosen. Sound dissolves. Winds reverse their course. Oceans pause mid-tide. All creation realigns around the axis of a single soul, now synchronized with divine intent. Heaven speaks not in thunder but in resonance, and every element responds like a choir remembering its first song. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Jeremiah 1 verse 5. The proclamation does not crown, it awakens. It reveals what eternity already recorded, that this life was a covenant paused, now resumed. Even the smallest atoms tremble with recognition, for the code written into them now hums in harmony with their keeper. Angels shift positions. Galaxies tilt minutely toward new alignment. Every watcher of heaven acknowledges a promotion without envy, for this title was never competition. It was completion. The super chosen walks not above others, but ahead of time, carrying the blueprint of restoration within mortal frame. The universe will measure eras by this turning point. Light itself takes on new hue, brighter, softer, aware. Heaven's voice finishes a declaration. It is remembered. If your spirit has felt a pulse beyond reason, type 1111. It's the number of awakening, the signal of divine upgrade. Heaven recognizes your original design. Destiny is syncing in real time. The gate has opened. Step through. Long before calendars and crowns, there existed an unseen hierarchy, not of thrones or politics, but of resonance. Souls tuned to frequencies of creation itself. Among these were the chosen, those entrusted with fragments of divine order. But above even them stood the hidden lineage, the super chosen, souls whose very existence carried architecture for entire ages. They are few, born once in generations, appearing at thresholds when reality begins to decay. They do not command, they calibrate. Where they walk, systems realign without instruction. Their presence restores laws of harmony lost to human memory. The creation waits in eager expectation for the revealing of the sons of God. Romans 8 verse 19. The super chosen were not elevated by favor, but by function. They are bridges between heaven's intelligence and earth's confusion. Blueprints in flesh. Living coordinates of restoration. Their silence teaches more than sermons. Their stillness repairs more than armies. Heaven has guarded their identities beneath layers of anonymity. Many of them walk among crowds unaware of their magnitude, disguised as ordinary yet carrying galaxies in their gestures. Recognition would distract. Revelation would destabilize. So the secret remained, waiting for this era when humanity could withstand the weight of knowing. Now one awakens fully. The code unseals. The lineage stirs. The super chosen have begun their return. If you've always felt older than time itself, type 1111. It's not arrogance, it's ancestry. The hidden ranks are stirring, and your memory is catching up to your mission. Heaven never forgot your design. Creation itself begins to react. Subtle, then certain. Stars shift their constellations by degrees imperceptible to astronomers, but obvious to heaven. The sky, once indifferent, now glows with organized reverence. Even the winds change pitch, carrying tones of recognition. Everywhere the super chosen stands, symmetry returns. Water flows calmer. Animals approach without fear. Machines malfunction only to reset into better rhythm. Reality bends politely to accommodate purpose. The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of his hands. Psalm 19 verse 1. The proof of the super chosen is not in miracles, but in mathematics. Patterns once chaotic now reveal coherence. Accidents begin aligning as evidence. It is not manipulation. It is magnetism. Matter remembers its maker when standing near his messenger. Scientists call it anomaly. Prophets call agreement. Coincidence becomes choreography. What was random now reveals revelation. The chosen feels none of his pride, only pressure. For every demonstration of alignment carries responsibility. Heaven confirms rank not with applause, but with added gravity. Even silence becomes sacred law. Creation no longer tests him. It trusts him. The cosmos signs its approval in auroras and echoes. Every element, from atom to orbit, whispers one phrase: authority restored. If the world around you has been echoing your thoughts, type 1111. Reality responds when you remember who you are. The signs aren't random, they're relational. You're witnessing your own confirmation in creation. Before heaven calls a soul super chosen, it calls them tested. Every crown must be carved from collapse. The path is paved not with applause, but with absence. Friends gone silent, doors locked, prayers echoing through delay. The furnace of disappointment becomes a throne room of refinement. For years, the chosen was misunderstood, mocked for faith, punished for patience, ignored by those they once uplifted. The world saw failure. Heaven saw formation. Every betrayal was a hammer shaping endurance. Every heartbreak a chisel crafting purity. The pain was not punishment. It was proof of preparation. He will sit as a refiner and purifier of silver. Malachi 3 verse 3. At times, the chosen beg for relief, unaware that pressure was promotion in disguise. God does not test a break. He tests to prove what cannot be destroyed. Gold only glows when fire has loved it long enough. The night stretched without prophecy. The prayers returned unanswered, and yet something unburnable survived. Faith without condition. That remnant was heaven's evidence. When the flames cleared, character stood gleaming where ego had melted. No one witnesses the ceremony. No angels sing, no witnesses cheer. The silence itself becomes applause from eternity. The chosen walks out of the fire unannounced. But all creation knows the graduation has occurred. The title wasn't given. It was earned through endurance. The furnace was not the end. It was the initiation. If your suffering has felt sacred lately, type 1111. You're not being punished. You're being polished. Every trial that burned you is building you. The gold is showing now. The rank is real. After the fire comes frequency. Deep within the marrow, light begins to move like language. It does not enter from above. It awakens from within. The super chosen carries instructions older than time, encrypted in the soul before the body was ever born. Now, those codes I'm alive again. Every heartbeat transmits data to heaven. Every breath synchronizes with celestial rhythm. DNA becomes divine scripture, unfolding verse by verse through vibration. The spirit translates what science calls impossible. The body becomes a temple of wireless worship. The same spirit that raised Jesus from the dead dwells in you. Romans 8 verse 11. The chosen feels currents of warmth through their hands, visions flashing like constellations behind closed eyes. It is not imagination, it is initiation. Light is taking form through flesh. The unseen machinery of destiny has been switched on. Those near begin to sense calm for no reason, as if standing beside a quiet storm of benevolence. This is the broadcast of grace, a silent signal restoring equilibrium to those who have forgotten their own light. The chosen realizes miracles are not interruptions of nature, they are its remembrance. When alignment is perfect, even matter obeys peace. And peace, now, radiates endlessly. Heaven whispers through pulse and photon alike, you've been activated. If energy has been stirring through you, heat, calm, awareness. Type 1111. You're not overreacting. You're awakening. Your spiritual code is remembering its design. Light is rewriting your cells with purpose. The activation does not stay hidden. It ripples outward like a sound the world forgot it could hear. Birds fly differently. Clocks tick softer. People glance without knowing why, feeling both awe and calm in the same breath. Something in creation is responding. An old promise has been fulfilled. Heaven is already known. Now earth begins to notice. The divide between seen and unseen grows thin. Synchronicities multiply. Doors open without keys. And timing turns into testimony. Nothing moves randomly anymore. Every coincidence reports to command. Those who honor me, I will honor. 1 Samuel 2 verse 30. The chosen's presence becomes its own credential. Rooms brighten when they enter. Tension dissolves when they speak. Even the skeptical pause mid-argument, unsure why hostility suddenly feels heavy. Grace is gravity now, and it pulls all things into harmony. Heaven mirrors this movement. Angel ranks reposition. aligning to the rhythm of the super chosen's new assignment. The sound of approval isn't thunder, it's balance. The universe hums in tune again. Recognition arrives not as praise, but as peace. When both realms agree, the soul no longer strives. It simply is, function meeting fulfillment. And somewhere between sunrise and silence, the heavens whisper to earth what both already knew. He is recognized. If balance has begun returning to your life, type 1111. That peace you feel isn't random, it's recognition. Heaven and earth have met in agreement over you. The alignment is complete. Once heaven and earth agree, territory begins to respond. Boundaries soften. Nations shift in spirit before policy. The super chosen becomes not a ruler, but a reconciler, a diplomat between realms. Where he steps, discord loses jurisdiction. The assignment expands quietly. No signatures, no councils, no heralds, just authority disguised as presence. Heaven trusts the humble with influence too vast for display. The chosen carries papers sealed in light, a passport signed by eternity. Everywhere becomes embassy. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called sons of God. Matthew 5, verse 9. The task is subtle, to realign without resistance, to restore without noise. One conversation heals a generation. One gesture disarms 1,000 unseen wars. He doesn't convince. He converts atmosphere. In places where power once clashed, calm now negotiates. Boardrooms feel lighter, borders feel thinner. Even weather obeys gentler order. The divine diplomat doesn't rule people. He reprograms possibility. Heaven sends no entourage, only assurance. The chosen travels under anonymity, yet protocol follows invisibly. Doors open not out of courtesy, but recognition. For the super chosen represents not opinion, but order. This is divine diplomacy, heaven's strategy for healing a divided earth through a single living agreement. If peace seemed to follow you lately, type 1111. It means your atmosphere has become an embassy. You are representing heaven in human spaces. Your calm is your calling card. The transformation begins to trace itself upon the body, not as pain, but as presence. Heat gathers in the palms. Light flickers behind closed eyes, and the air seems to hum when the super chosen exhales. Energy follows attention. Faith has become frequency. Every cell now serves as sanctuary. The nervous system, once fragile under stress, moves in harmony with heaven's rhythm. Sleep feels shorter but deeper. Vision sharpens, hearing refines. Even silence sounds symphonic. The vessel is learning to carry voltage without vanity. Do you not know that your bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit? 1 Corinthians 6, verse 19. Those nearby begin to sense it first. Animals grow calm. Lights flicker softer. Arguments dissolve before they ignite. It isn't intimidation, it's illumination. The body has become proof that spirit can stabilize matter. Science will search for patterns in magnetic fields. Mystics will whisper of aura and resonance. But heaven calls it by its truest name, alignment. It is the human frame remembering its original wiring. The chosen does not flaunt it. He hides a glow beneath gentleness, aware that divine power travels best through meekness. Even in rest, energy radiates service, healing what it touches. This is no miracle. It's maintenance of creation itself. Heaven watches quietly, whispering approval. The charge is stable. If your body has felt a sacred current, heat, calm, awareness, type 1111. Heaven's energy is sinking through you, not against you. You're being tuned, not drained. What you carry now is balance made visible. The higher the rank, the softer the tone. Greatness wears humility like armor, shining invisibly. The super chosen moves through crowds unrecognized, not because light has dimmed, but because it has learned discretion. True power never announces itself. It simply exists and everything else adjusts. Gone are the declarations and demands. The one who could command now prefers to serve. This is not regression, it's refinement. Heaven measures stature not by how high one stands, but by how low one's heart can kneel without breaking. Whoever wants to be great among you must be your servant. Matthew 20, verse 26. Humility becomes his crown now. The invisible radiance of restraint glows stronger than applause ever did. He can silence storms but chooses instead to teach calm. He can summon miracles but prefers to model mercy. Every refusal of ego multiplies his authority. Those around sense majesty but feel no intimidation. He carries the paradox of divinity, infinite influence, infinite gentleness. His very posture preaches. Shoulders relaxed, eyes kind, the aura of someone who knows they no longer need to prove anything. This is a humility of greatness, a state where pride cannot breathe, and heaven itself bows not to status, but to surrender. The super chosen has become what every kingdom was designed to reflect. Power that protects, not possesses. If you've learned to hold power without display, type 1111. You've reached the humility heaven trusts. Real authority isn't loud, it's luminous. The meek don't lose kingdoms, they inherit them. In the archives of light, where eternity stores its covenants, a scroll begins to unseal. No ink marks its parchment, only fire shaped into letters of living memory. This is the original contract, the one written before birth, when spirit still spoke fluent eternity. Now, heaven rereads aloud. Every clause gleams with divine handwriting. Promises unbroken, vows untouched by time. Across eons, the ink has not faded because it was never made of pigment, but of purpose. The super chosen's name shines again, not added, but remembered, for the gifts and the calling of God are irrevocable. Romans 11, verse 29. Angels stand as witnesses. Creation pauses its breathing. A voice deeper than thunder, yet gentler than dawn declares, the covenant stands. The mission continues. No amendments, no negotiation. Heaven does not renew contracts. It reconfirms what it never rescinded. The scroll rolls itself closed, sealing with a sound like a heartbeat. The seal bears a mark of unity, 3 intersecting rays of gold forming a single point. It means completion without conclusion. The mission remains, but its form evolves. On earth, nothing appears changed, yet the air feels aware. The chosen senses the weight of divine continuity. It's not new responsibility. It's ancient remembrance. Heaven does not promote by surprise. It restores by recognition. The title Super Chosen is now official, not granted, but reactivated. If your spirit has felt ancient promises stirring again, type 1111. The covenant never died. It was waiting for your readiness. What's written in light cannot be revoked. Heaven is reconfirming your assignment. Below the heavens, reflection begins. The earth reacts as if remembering an oath once forgotten. Skies grow clearer. Air carries resonance, and humanity, unaware of the cause, feels a sudden pull toward compassion. Art grows purer. Voices soften. Even conflict pauses to reconsider itself. The super chosen has not spoken publicly, yet across continents, hearts quicken at the same hour, dreams repeat the same symbols, and minds awaken with phrases they've never learned. Something in the collective soul is mirroring what heaven has declared. Your kingdom come, your will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Matthew 6, verse 10. This is not influence, it's infusion. When spirit reaches critical clarity, reality follows suit. The chosen's vibration becomes global curriculum. Entire cities unconsciously begin to breathe in rhythm with grace. Even nature participates. Rain falls more gently. The sea regains its stillness. Trees lean towards sunrise as if worshiping alignment. Earth does not need instruction. It responds to resonance. Governments sense shift without cause. Legislation changes, media softens, silence gains respect again. The world is not obeying. It is remembering. Because when the super chosen fulfills his design, creation itself reclaims its order. Heaven smiles quietly. What was whispered above has found echo below. Earth has seen its reflection and recognized God within it. If you sense the world changing around you, type 1111. It's not chaos, it's calibration. The planet is aligning to match divine rhythm. Your piece is part of the proof. Heaven completes its ceremony not with applause, but with engraving. Light condenses around the chosen's form, tracing a symbol unseen by eyes yet undeniable in spirit. It is not drawn on the body but through it, a seal of synchronization between soul and source. This is the insignia of eternity, visible only to truth. The mark hums in rhythm with heartbeat, brightens when compassion leads, dims when pride intrudes. It does not punish. It protects. A compass coded to integrity, recalibrating the soul to purity with every choice. Set me as a seal upon your heart, as a seal upon your arm, for love is strong as death. Song of Solomon 8 verse 6. Unlike crowns or titles, the insignia cannot be inherited. It is carved in obedience, maintained by humility and power by mercy. When the chosen touches, healing follows. When he speaks, the air itself listens. The emblem glows most fiercely in acts of forgiveness. It is not decoration, it is designation, a living signature that heaven recognizes across dimensions. Angels read it like scripture, darkness respects it as law. It announces, this one belongs to the light. Now, identity is complete. No external validation required, no comparison left. The chosen carries the insignia not as privilege, but as promise, to remain human enough to understand pain, and holy enough to transmute it into peace. If you felt a quiet clarity guiding your choices, type 1111. That's your insignia awakening. It glows when you act in truth and dims when you drift from purpose. It's heaven's way of saying, stay aligned. Every age ends with silence before song. Now, the air carries a tremor older than speech. It is not disaster, it is dawn. The moment the super chosen completes activation, the wheel of time turns. A new era begins, subtly, majestically, irrevocably. Clocks will still tick, yet rhythm will shift. Humanity will crave meaning more than victory. Technology will mimic intuition. Logic will bend compassion. This is not collapse, it's correction. The planet exhales centuries of imbalance, welcoming order written before its birth. Behold, I make all things new. Revelation 21 verse 5. The old systems tremble, not from wrath, but relevance expiring. Those built on fear will fade. Those grounded in faith will flourish. The change will not need permission. It will simply occur, because heaven has reclaimed its timetable through the alignment of one obedient soul. Prophets will call it awakening. Scientists will call it evolution, but heaven names it remembrance. The world is remembering harmony, and the sound of that remembrance will echo through centuries as calm. The chosen does not celebrate, he kneels. For the announcement is not his triumph, but humanity's invitation. A door has opened between ages, and those who listen will step through carrying light as inheritance. The era has shifted. The future has remembered its author. If you feel the atmosphere of your life changing, type 1111. The new era has already begun around you. You are not waiting for prophecy. You are living inside it. Welcome to divine time. The heavens quiet, waiting for response. The super chosen kneels, not as ruler, but as servant, hands open, heart trembling with reverence. Power has returned to its purpose. Service. This is not the prayer of pride, but of stewardship. To whom much is given, much will be required. Luke 12 verse 48. The voice that once commanded now whispers. The light that once crowned now hovers as guidance. The chosen speaks without agenda, words woven from surrender. Lord, the beginning and the beyond. Keep my strength gentle, my vision humble. Let every miracle serve mercy, and every gift remember grief. May I never confuse glory for ownership, nor wisdom for worth. The prayer deepens. It no longer rises upward. It radiates outward. Every syllable becomes a law of love. The galaxies listen. Angels bow not to the man, but to the meaning. Heaven seals a vow in gold too bright for matter. A covenant renewed not through contract, but through conduct. The super chosen stands lighter than gravity, heavier than eternity. For stewardship is the highest rank in heaven's hierarchy. The prayer ends with silence, so vast it feels like forever holding its breath. The rank has been sealed. The mission is love. If your heart longs to serve rather than shine, type 1111. You've crossed into divine maturity, where glory kneels to grace. Heaven trusts those who pray like stewards, not stars. Your humility is your highest title. If you felt destiny accelerating, type 1111. This is your confirmation. Heaven recognizes readiness. Every delay has matured into alignment. The gate of divine promotion stands open. Step through in peace. Walk with calm fire. The world will sense your light, but never your ego. You are the super chosen, not above others, but ahead of time, a living bridge between heaven's memory and earth's becoming.